Okay, now the cloning tip. So Anne was asking, and a few people were wondering about that cloning tip that I had in the newsletter last month. So if I go to my clone brush, okay, let's load. Okay, here is the align mode versus unalign. If I take this source here, so I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna brush around here. Okay. And I stop. Now if I go to another area, you see how I'm getting the same spot. By default, it is a line, meaning that if I take this as a source, it's gonna brush. Okay, now I'm annoyed by the brush variance. It's set to pressure. There. So if I stop and I go for a coffee and I come back, you can see that my source is moving even though I'm not clicking anything. Okay, so I'm going around here and I'm going to have a cloud on top of that building. And if I go around here, that won't work, but you can see how I'm always aligned with that area. But now let's say I have a smaller area. I'm not sure if I have one here, but I'm going to undo this. Poor guy. So if I decide I want to have a source is going to be the eye here, and I want to have another eye in his forehead. Okay, Halloween's coming. That's perfect. Okay. Now, if I want to add another eye here, what happens is that my source has moved. This is what you can do if you don't check this. Now look at my sources back where it was. So now I can have another eye here. And once I let go, it stays there. I can have another eye here. That's creepy. But you can see how. So when it's aligned, it means it's always going to move with your cursor, versus if it's not aligned, it's always going to go back to that source. Let's try a different example. Let's go back to our Q&A. So if I have those birds, maybe I'll have my source, right click. So this is the bird. Oh, I'll put that bird here. Okay, now I let go. My source is still there, so I can have another bird here. Exactly the same. I let go, it's going back to that same source. And did you know that you can also clone onto a different photo? So my source is still there. I can go and add my bird here. I don't have the correct background, but that's the idea. I can even go here and add a bird on in his hair. That guy might be good for Halloween. So that's why typically we tend to use the align mode, but there are some situations where not having it aligned will help you repeat a pattern wherever you want. So you don't have to reset your source every time, which would be the case if I was to try to get that bird now. With the align modes, I have to click. Okay, I want to do the bird here. Now, if I want to have the same bird here, I have to go back, click my source, get my bird here. Now, click again to get the source. So it just saves you time if you want to create and recreate and reuse the same section several times. Okay, I hope it answers your question, Anne, and everybody else who was actually wondering the same thing. Hey there! I hope you found this information helpful. If you're curious to dive deeper and explore more about PaintShop Pro, we've got a wealth of resources waiting for you in our membership area. There, you'll find in-depth classes, workshops, Q&A sessions, and much more to help you enhance your PaintShop Pro and digital scrapbooking skills. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching and see you in the campus!